Okay, since it's my deload week and I'm not working out, I like to focus on stretching and doing deep tissue work to get blood in the tendons, the ligaments, the joints, and just relax the muscles and work out any cramps or knots that I have. So this bar is 2 foot long by 3 inches diameter, which puts it right at 50 pounds. And whenever you don't have any knots or any muscle soreness, you can see it just moves along pretty well. When you do find a knot, like I did right here, my teardrop, so I've been having this issue in my inner groin that's been bothering me. But when I rolled out my groin, I didn't feel any tightness or stiffness in there. But when I got to my teardrop, that's where I started feeling the pain. It was excruciating. So I have to take a little, 1/4 inch roll, let it sit, little 1/4 inch roll, let it sit, 1/4 inch roll, let it sit until the pain stops. Then I continue to move through. Now, going down is always painful, but going up is actually way worse. It always hurts way more going up than it does going down for some reason. I don't know why. But when you go down the first pass, it's not really too difficult. But coming back up, whenever you're sore, you have knots or whatever, you're going to feel it a lot more on the way up. So like I said, the groin on my left quad has been bothering me for a while, and I don't understand why. I've been doing tissue work on it, and I've been doing my massage gun on it and stretching it, but it doesn't really affect me until I'm actually doing squats, and I can't really seem to get it to let loose or break loose. Now, I have torn this groin before, so maybe it's just the scar tissue's tight and gritty. So this week I'm taking the time to really break it up and work on it. Just like right here, my bicep has been bothering me during my workout, so I'm spending a lot of extra time on this side. This is my damaged pec, the one that I tore. So I like to break that scar tissue up and get it nimble and get it moving and flexing again by rolling this bar on it, and then also breaking up the knots and the tenderness inside my bicep. I have been getting a little bit of elbow pain in my forearms around the joint. So this right here, it really lights up the elbow and it lights up the forearm around the joint and really lets you know that something's going on in there, and you got a lot of grittiness and a lot of tissue. This forearm is more in the mid-range where I just showed. And then right here, that was incredibly painful. Now on this arm, I did notice on my left arm that when I was doing close grip pull downs, I had tightness in my elbow and in my forearm, kind of feeling like tendonitis slightly, but not exactly, but kind of developing. So doing this deep tissue work allows me to break up all that fascia tissue and get all that gritty, nasty, glued up connective tissue that's stuck and frozen up, and it's just kind of like grinding on itself to break loose and get some blood in there and kind of get it loosened up. So instead of going to a massage therapist where their hands get tired or, they can't feel your knots, but you can. So when you roll this bar on there, this is constant tension and this is constant like pressure. So there is no letting up until the muscle lets up. And then once the muscle lets up and relaxes, you can continue to roll out. Now this bar that I grabbed here, this one's actually a 4-inch diameter by 2 foot long, which is 100 pounds. I'll use this on my quads and my hamstrings and my back sometimes. But I typically use this one like a foam roller because a foam roller is not hard enough for me. It doesn't get in deep enough to the tissue. So I got this bar to use as a foam roller because it's just solid and it doesn't flex. It doesn't give. It makes the muscles give and it makes the muscles squish and I don't know, just crush them or however, for lack of a better term. But it does way more work for me than what a foam roller ever did as far as it goes for getting deep into that tissue. And then I like to do a little bit of traction right here and just kind of get my spine moving and flexing and rolling around on it. And then I'll shift from side to side and try to get the shoulder blades and the scapulas and all that stuff. This whole thing probably took me close to an hour. It doesn't look like it should have took an hour, but I time-lapsed the whole video, but all this took about an hour. Now, I had my wife come do my calves and do my hamstrings for me because obviously I can't do my calves and my hamstrings myself. I used a 50-pound bar for that, and it hurts like a son of a gun, but I didn't record that. When I get done with the foam rolling, when I get done with the deep tissue work, I like to go over the worst areas that seem to bother me the most, which happen to be my inner teardrop, and then see how it feels. And as you can tell here, I'm able just to roll it up nice and smooth, hardly any pain at all, and then roll back down. This is incredibly helpful to keep from injury, getting tight, getting stiff, and just to break up those knots without having to go pay someone to do it. It just helps out. Now, when I get done with this, I like to do traction on my neck and stretch my vertebrae. This does look goofy and silly, but you could get this tool right here on Amazon for like $7. and it does wonders for your neck. If you have a tight neck or stiff neck or a compressed neck, you'll feel your vertebrae pop, and then it's like going to the chiropractor without having to pay the chiropractor prices. But that's it for this quick video, guys. Thanks for watching.